Hi guys, today we will speak about economic views and political ones, and more particularly we will speak about the Russian possibility of default following the war crisis with Ukraine. Well, the conflict is going on. It's a very complicated situation, and sanctions are going on as well from European countries, the US, and other allies against Russia for its actions. Well, on the 7th of March, many investors are worried because Vladimir Putin, during the weekend, has introduced new rules, basically dividing investors into friendly investors or so-called not friendly investors. Well, in my opinion, this is something really strange and particular at least, and for my personal experience, quite unprecedented. The so-called unfriendly countries are the US, Japan, also UK and the European Union. It's a very complicated situation, something really unprecedented. In this case, debt repayments can change considering the presence of the single investor in one group or the other one. And we speak before about the fact that there are two groups basically, friendly investors and investors coming from countries which are not friendly in front of Russia. So basically, it's all about the fact that Russia considers some countries who have sanctioned Russia itself, and it opposes also other countries which don't have sanctioned Russia. So basically, these are the two groups: countries which have sanctioned Russia and the other ones which have not. Investors in friendly countries, following the decree that was passed on the weekend, we receive normal payments. So, for example, in the currency in which the securities are denominated, whereas on the other side, investors coming from countries which are not considered friendly could receive payments in rubles, even on securities denominated in other currencies. So, just to give you an example, if nowadays I am an investor in the US and I have a Russian obligation in US dollars or euros, I may receive in the future coupon payments in rubles, even if the contract doesn't allow that. On the other side, still on the 7th of March, some bondholders have received payments on some Gazprom debt securities in US dollars, even if investors coming from not friendly countries. And this was stated by several news sources. However, this may be due to the fact that the coupons had their settlement on the 4th of March, so before the Russian decree, in the weekend. However, this situation is very unclear. It's very complicated to predict the future, and for these reasons, several investors are becoming a bit nervous. The decree gives an option, of course, to the issuer to repay in rubles. So having this optionality, it's kind of uncertain what the final decision will be and could be. On several news sources, it is widely stated that the key date is the 16th of March. And in this day, there are several obligations of Russia's debt, which have to be repaid and have to pay a lot of coupons, millions of coupons on dollar bonds in US dollars. So on this date, 16th of March, a lot of coupons have to be repaid in US dollars. Of course, if Russia decides to pay these coupons in rubles, this could mean one thing, and it's an event of default, probably. And in this case, several CDS, credit default swaps, will trigger due to their insurance aspect. And this is something like not very common to see in markets in general. It's a very important phenomenon in my opinion to consider and to evaluate. Of course, the situation is changing daily, and it's kind of complicated, if not impossible, to predict an outcome. So it's not only about the war itself, which is very complicated and very difficult to understand and to predict, but there is also this theme about bond repayments and bond coupons. Well, this was about the Russian possibility in the future to default following this war crisis. Thank you for watching this video and listening to me, and just help the channel, subscribe if you like the video if you liked it. Thank you very much, and see you in the future with other news. Bye.